Hi everybody, welcome to the astrology chat for December 12th, 2024. So the keys for today are to allow yourself to hone in on the spiritual and karmic, mental and emotional connections that you have had in the past and allow them to be released so that you can reground with your sovereignty, with your wholeness, and with your understandings. And I say this because we have the moon in Taurus today, and this moon in Taurus has a lot going on, but the highlight really is Mars retrograde in Leo opposing Venus in Aquarius. Now, Mars and Venus are classically perceived as the lovers. And so Mars having a retrograde in Cancer is having a reconsideration of what techniques, what strategies, and what expressions have felt like home, coming into opposition with Venus in Aquarius that wants freedom, that wants something outside of the rules, outside of the norms. And so this gives this really beautiful opportunity to psychically free yourself of patterns and people and places and things that you no longer want to be attached to. And it's not going to be a one and done thing, right? Mars is retrograde. Venus does move forward, and this is about the long-term process, but there is this ability to really root where you are now, especially since we have the moon in Taurus, which is all about I have, right? This is about your body. This is about the possession of self, of being inside of yourself, of being all of yourself. And with the other energies towards the moon and Taurus is making, it does favor tapping into this, let me cut the cord here. We have a semi-square to Neptune that's now direct in Pisces and the North Node. And so when we have that tension with Neptune, especially Neptune coming off of retrograde that's had many lessons about its own illusions, about magic, about dreams, about institutions, about what's over, right? We add this energy of being aware of what's over and the fact that we're rerouting and regrowing in new ways with this Mars-Venus opposition, and there's an opportunity for growth. There's an opportunity for freedom here. We also have a sextile to Saturn that does also in Pisces that also favors taking the steps to bring form, to bring function, to bring discipline around your endings, around what you're realizing, around what you release, so that again, you can continue to blossom and grow in your sovereignty and stand in your royal energy, which is very much Mars in Leo, and then going to go back into Cancer as well. So there's this redefining about what your roar, what your flame looks like now, especially if you're allowing yourself to foster it for yourself. We also have a semi-sextile to Chiron. So these moves, this energy, this commitment that you make today will have layers of healing. Sometimes it'll hurt. Sometimes it'll be uncomfortable. Sometimes there's going to be realizations, as there should be, because again, you're learning how to be free, how to be sovereign, how to be authentic, how to be yourself outside of the patterns of how you've seen what royalty is, what actions are, love, power, all of that. All those paradigms have changed, especially since we still are in the Mercury retrograde as this is happening. Then we do have the moon and sun in a quincunx energy, so it's going to feel a little uncomfortable. It's going to feel a little discombobulated. They're showing me an image of somebody like moving around, coming from a hangover, right? You're coming to and you're realizing what has happened the X amount of hours and being like, okay, that is something I'm not going to do again. And then we also have the sun in tension with Mars. And so this is about where you have to go in long run, right? This is these adjustments that you're being called to make, these energy lines that you're being called to seal to end, these patterns and dynamics and definitions that you're being challenged to redefine. It's because it's time for you to grow, because it's time for you to heal, because it's time for you to be sovereign. And even though Pluto is not in the mix on the face today, there's a lot of death going on, and it doesn't just mean physically, it's emotionally, it's mentally, it's spiritually, it's systems, not just outside systems, but your inside systems as well. I think it's a really beautiful day to break through. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.